Roosevelt, nigga.
Man, that made me laugh, man. This shit gon' boom.
Nigga, fuck that, nigga. We can't go. You can't. Let's go, what?
Bro, you can't chop my brother's heads off, and I'm sitting here, you want to hand me a sandwich, and I got a machete.
Facts.
You tripping. No.
Oh, damn, Wack.
Where the fuck?
Exactly, Wack. Nah, we ain't doing that.
What was the whole purpose of that room, though? Them mother.
They being weird. They being weird.
All the content,
weird. They weird. When we got content, we got content. Levels will wash them niggas. I'm from LA straight. Fuck that. We got content. I'm gonna wash them niggas.
We've been creating this content, right? We've been on here banging day in and day out. Fuck them have a conversation.
Levels, fuck them niggas. Let's bang.
Let's bang on them, Freddie.
I'm dead ass, Levels. I never started out there.
I know you're not joking. Wait, hold on.
Levels, I'm not joking.
Don't get disrespected like that around here. I don't know what the fuck.
At all, nigga. Levels,
run this shit,
watch this, Levels. Watch what I do.
Let's wash them, Freddie.
Watch this. What the fuck they talking to?
Hello.
Ain't nobody bigger than Wack 100. What the niggas talking about?
I don't know.
They sound like a room that they was sitting in there. They were sitting in there talking about trying to play. They sitting in there trying to talk about how our content is ruining and running down the app. If you literally, when I told y'all we the people that bring the content, you said we're basically administering. If we're not impacting the app, why are we bringing the app down? Why would we have that much of an impact?
Fuck them niggas, Wolf.
We've been holding niggas fuck down over here.
Fuck them niggas.
Yo, bring me.
You heard what I said, Wolf? Fuck them niggas. Wolf, without us, Wolf, them niggas don't run shit. They don't run shit, Wolf. They trying to ride the backs of me, Wack, Trenton, Hunter NT, Roosevelt, and the Trenton. Fuck them niggas. No, but they gonna do that.
This nigga said we done chased the white people off the ass.
Crazy. Who said that? Who said that?
That's what Meezy said. They don't want to be a part of the ass.
You gotta answer for that.
The creators don't want to be a part of the ass.
We ain't dealing with that. We ain't dealing with
them
that.
niggas' name in the title, Freddie.
We ain't dealing with that.
Put them niggas' name in the title.
Nigga, they keep tripping, nigga. I'm uncrippable.
Trilly back over here with the link.
I told Trilly, get over here. I told Trilly, leave them niggas alone.
Don't make your own and send the link over.
It ain't nothing but the celebrities. They were sitting down. Listen, they were sitting high on their high horse in 2020, being the people who run the app, and it's upsetting to them that now that they're the celebrities, they don't have as heavy a rooms as
that's what it is right now. No, look. In came the celebrity thug. That's what fucked it up. I don't give a fuck about being friends with none of you.
Wack, you know we're not going for that, Wack. You know we're not going for that, Wack.
That's a fact,
Wack, I'm not going for that, Wack.
Look, out 21 Savage, all up, nigga, hold on, nigga. What? That's a fact, that's why they scared. They see niggas with
21 Savage had a versus room. 21. Well, yeah. I think you don't even start the top left.
I'm gonna start mod 8 people.
The Green Beans was the one. He was doing a lot of the modding though, because he was backselling. The Green Beans was the issue, right? The real issue with this, bro. We shouldn't have been booting people down.
Fridays, we can't hear you.
We shouldn't have been booting people down, bro. Like it should have been some type of conversation before the shit happened. Niggas just doing what they want to do. So when one person see a nigga doing what they want to do, and they got the power to do what they want to do, they gonna do what they want to do too. So
they do what they want to do. Say what they want to do.
Nah, that's real shit. Though, when they'll get bored with the room, he'll boom it himself and start a new one.
Yes, but in this instance, Wack said, "I'm about to do this," and he did it. What the fuck?
Shit, fuck y'all.
He said, "If y'all ain't gonna let everybody have a voice, fuck it, I'ma boom it."
Yeah, but that's real. We can't talk about Clubhouse in 2022 and not let Levels be on the stage and Freddie speak no matter how throwed off he is, or else we ain't talking about shit. Like, to keep it a buck.
Yeah, because we ain't talking about Freddie running in this hallway right now, so that wasn't cool at all. That was not.
Yeah, that was weird. And the fact that the niggas who rooms it is, we rock with them. Like, that's disrespectful.
Hey, all I know is this. I know for this rest of this week, I'm gonna be able to go into rooms and be entertained. Because sometimes Clubhouse need a little gas for the ratchet, and now it's
you came to be the gas. Okay, but serious question. Serious question to first season, whatever the kids call it. Clubhouse, Isaac, Mikey, Meezy, Joe, y'all on stage that were here, and then we'll open it up to us. Keita, sorry, Larry. Do you think that the emergence of some of like folks from the early days coming back recently is any indication of what could happen again this fall and this winter on the app?
You gotta explain it.
Okay, so Keita, let me just explain that. Or you mean her explain why you think that? Go ahead, Keita.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain it because a lot of y'all have came back. I will admit it probably put some type of fear into people like, damn, they be gone. We were the superstars of Clubhouse, the all-stars or whatever. We've been having the big room. We've been running the hallway, right? So then a room like that is created. You put all these powerhouses on the stage. And then when the new powerhouses come in, now it's like, oh, is we bitching or is we banging? And y'all are not familiar with what the fuck that is. So niggas is like, damn, this niggas is in here banging. Because when you get a room that big now, it's literally because niggas is packing each other up, right? So I feel like with y'all coming back and making rooms, it's probably gonna put other people at a damn, what do I gotta do now to get a big room? Because now people gonna want to be in the rooms with the Meezies and the Joe Buttons and the Mikeys and the
Back to the app though.
Joe been opening rooms for like the last month and a half.
Every day.
So what is he doing?
I'm saying Chris was talking in Freddie rooms the past 4 months.
But Meezy, like that you have come back, Elle has come back, Joe has come back.
I'm back.
Shoot, who's that? Larry's back. Larry started doing rooms more. I started opening rooms for 20. Yeah, I was about to say, I opened rooms for the last 24 hours and caused so much chaos. They're calling me a chaos agent in the Discord. And I don't say that it's a claim to fame, but I'm saying everybody's coming back because it feels good again.
Oh,
We've been having fun again. Where is she? I can't see.
Where's Portia?
Yeah, a lot of people are coming back, making it feel more
that
like
shit was wild.
Did somebody grab Portia?
I must have missed something because I ain't seen nobody.
Oh, I see Portia.
I got her. She just raised her.
You guys gotta raise your hand.
If it ain't a trenches room, I'll be in Freddie room.
Portia's back.
That's it.
I think
Cuts is fine.
it's the fact that everybody was actually in one room for a change and having a good conversation outside of just quote unquote banging. That's what drew a lot of people to that room.
And like I said, it was a lot of people on stage that have had a lot of differences with each other.
It's still
So let's go back over to Whack 100's room. Whack and Freddie. So we're just leaving Joe, Isaac.
Shit.
Yeah, no,
Immediately.
His title says,
Even, wait, but, okay.
what did I just tell you? It says old Clubhouse hating on the new Clubhouse. Old men.
Okay, go ahead. Have a conversation about us instead of with us. That's a great idea. Here, I'll offer this, right? I'll offer this. Somebody asked me point blank, like, why are you being so chaotic? Why are you, even getting into this stuff? And I was like, because for months, while I was trying to take a break, I was literally I did what people said. First, it was, you don't include us, you don't support us, you don't come to my room, you don't do this, that, you don't reshare, retweet, whatever. Cool, so I did that. Then it was, well, you're boring, you're this. Like, every time the goal switches and nobody wants to be like, yo, how could we develop something? That's why one of my favorite spaces is the creators like Wilonius, who still foster spaces where people just talk about creating something.
And that competition that you pointed out so well, Meezy, I was like screaming in my seat about how when it shifted from humans just being human and having a conversation to like being that top whatever title or that whole shift that happened, it took the fun out of it. And the best creation comes from fun. So if you're dependent upon causing friction, and now people not only choose to just diffuse,
so let's go back and let
to
the people be the judge, because I think
else to do than regroup and recalibrate.
It's all about balance
like,
for
I want
me.
niggas to win, even if I don't like you. But you're not going to poke somebody who's actually trained for this and practiced and worked and sacrificed.
So this
to
one
really
got
be this for real,
565.
as if we're the same.
Let's see the next
And
one.
if I say that, it doesn't.
We got 634.
Last time my big dog I got clipped for 30 days.
I want to get banned. Wait, this is what we saying that. Do y'all want to get banned or y'all trying? Are y'all trying? Are y'all trying?
Everybody mask up, something on your burner.
Whoever I fuck with,
I'm scared of her Freddie.
leave my nigga levels alone, leave trenches alone, leave Honey and T alone, leave my nigga DJL, he's back on the app. Yo,
Leave Wolf alone.
No, but look, this all I'm saying.
Leave Wolf
when
alone,
Freddie, like, I just
no, DJL, that nigga top left right now.
No,
That's a real nigga.
Make the room.
L, what I'm telling you is,
Go get the link.
L, DJ L, listen to me. It's Freddie talking. Hold on, Wolf. I want DJ L to know this.
Go get the link.
DJ L started all of this shit. 100 niggas on stage. DJ L, that nigga levels. We got content. That's you.
I got the link.
But I don't think I.
Yo,
I just said back in the I don't really think I started nothing. What all I'm saying is that I just felt like that conversation needs to happen. I didn't know.
Yes. They don't want you to have a conversation.
Wait. Soon as what I was peeping was.
Stop talking. Go ahead, L.
Now listen. Soon as what I peeped.
Don't tell me to be quiet. You a woman. Shut up. Let a black man speak.
No, when I left, this what happened. I left the room. I was like, man, I need my nigga Freddie in, because I felt like it was everybody saying it was the creators, and I didn't see everybody. So I went and got Freddie. I was like, nigga, you my nigga, come on. So when I went back, it was like, oh, they can't get in the room. Wack and Freddie can't get in the room because people at the block. So I'm like, I said, who stays down? They got stays. So I guess it was so many mods, niggas started kicking people. I didn't realize that, but like I said, bro, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I feel like y'all voices is needed. I fuck with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all carried the app. I ain't been here. I don't care shit. I'm not more creative. I think the room was dope, you know what I'm saying? Even booming the rooms is fun. Like, nigga, it's like, cool. Like, I ain't really tripping. I just feel like if you was disrespected, if bro was disrespected, that shit ain't cool. So that's all I came up with to say.
All right, cool. Well, we about to go bang. Click the link up at the top. We in the motherfucking trench about, man. Click the link. Put on y'all fucking masks. Come on, y'all burners if y'all want.
It's
about to get dirty.
Easy and L haters. Damn, I'm
click the link. Hey, man, you was top left, man. You gotta be held responsible for this shit, man. Y'all
top left, man. Don't do me like that, man.
They got removed out y'all motherfucking room. They was
I never removed nobody,
man. I know, gang. Them nut ass mods you had, man. That's all.
I ain't gonna lie, it had to be like 40 mods on the stage, bro.
Yeah, as soon as Wack and Freddie come in there, I get the green. Next thing you know, I get kicked and removed.
And the whole thing was it wasn't supposed to be for nobody kicked out. Like the conversation supposed to happen. I ain't been back and I ain't seen nobody all in one room talking about it. That was my whole thing.
Well, welcome back, man.
Like what Wax said was very important, and I really wanted that conversation to continue. Like, yo, niggas wasn't able to be on them stages. Niggas was acting weird, but we didn't really get to elaborate on that because people wanted. It is
well, let's go talk about it now.
That's a real situation, bro. People was on the app. Niggas was on their high horse. They didn't want to talk to nobody. They wouldn't let nobody on stage. It was weird, bro. And that's why we tried to create that other part. And I feel like that conversation needs to happen. It's just
let's go happen now. Let's click the link. Let nobody up.
Share the room. We finna get into it. Let's go, Wack. These niggas crazy, yo. I didn't like
Whack.
that. They're trying to.
I thought we got content, Freddie.
Whack. I'm cussing niggas out for 2 days.
But unless he just dies, is Freddie, bro. He be on bullshit, but he know who he is. He a character, bro. He's in character all the time, and it's like funny to interact with somebody who's like that on this app. So I really frequent his rooms, bro. And when he do be chilling, it be cool. I fuck with that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. In the trenches, I'll go in there sometime because they be having like the street tea and shit. Like it be like a little ratchet shit going on. I fuck with that. It was one time it was a nigga in there. I actually learned how to purchase I learned how to purchase auction homes because it was some nigga on there. I don't know. He was like talking like, nigga, I'm rich and all that. I thought this nigga was capping. I'm in their room. This nigga said, get on IG Live. This nigga count up literally $1 million in his house. So then I'm like, what the fuck this nigga do? I don't know what he do. I don't know. But then he started talking about investing in homes. I downloaded this whole app that he said you could buy. You know what I'm saying? And all this shit. I learned some shit from there. It be little ratchet shit, but it be having this shit like it have its niche. It have its niches. But those are branded things that they argue in. The thing is everything in between that try to be like that. Like that's what I was telling Wack. I'm like, Wack, you do what you do, but you do what you do, bro. Now motherfuckers get on here thinking they gotta do what you do instead of creating content
That's the part. That is the actual
that's
part.
it.
Hey, what's the name of that app, Gary?
Hold on.
She's trying to get the last one.
They club out working today.
Bring your ass out here.
Level. Oh, it's called. Hold on. Here you go. Right here. Hudson and Marshall. H&M.
All right, thank you. Everybody can
Okay, Neezy. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Okay, my follow-up question is, so when one recognizes that somebody's, let's say, speaks in a different language or has a different way of expressing themselves, how many times do I, as a listener or an engager, let's say, have to only do it their way, right? So like, for instance, if you were somebody who always came in hot, every time you come in hot, and I was like, hey, I really want to give the hot things that you're serving, but I can't really process information when it comes to me like that, right? A clear example on the app. A lot of conversation is had about interruption. It's a real bad problem, and it's what sets a lot of things off, right? At what point can I broach that conversation, or do I just always need to accept somebody unadulterated exactly how they are?
I feel like it's how you moderate, honestly. Like, the moments that be happening on here is people not understanding other people, in my opinion. Like, that whole shit didn't have to happen if niggas played it a certain way. Like, if that was my room, he would have had his little fit for a second, but I know what I would have did to kind of smooth it out. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But when motherfuckers just start booting niggas and niggas already...
That's gonna cause chaos. You right.
It's like, all right, so fuck these niggas. And they gave me the green bean. Let's boom this bitch and make our own shit. Like, that's what I would do. And I'm not even I'm gonna do that. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I think it just then comes down to we got to run rooms the way we used to run rooms, where there were limited mods. The green bean was not some kind of badge of respect and honor. It was actually a job. You were helping to run the chat. Well, now the chat, the room, people coming up, the foreign people come up and say, hello.
That was the power. That was the power of that room, because
together that are creating. I guess kind of have like some sort of covenant to raise the taste level of the app. He said no. He said he think it's too late. He said it's fucked up already because of the condition of the app now. So that's what the conversation was going.
Okay, but what's that? What does that mean, though, the condition of the app now?
That's what the brother was saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a big
How a nigga that ain't on the app telling us what the condition of the app is?
The conditions that they can't scam us anymore. That's why they fucking. That's the real condition. Y'all can't get $1 out of 50 cents now.
Ain't on the app. Go tell a nigga what the condition of the app.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why when I heard that, I was like, you know what? Let me get some other people, because I went to go get Freddie. I knew he was gonna get you, because I wanted to have that conversation. That was the conversation I wanted to have.
Yeah, we was trying to have it, but they can't be disrespectful
niggas' family, the niggas we fuck with, and all that. Them niggas ain't running nothing, bro. Them niggas gonna fuck around. We want them to come back to the app. We gonna show them this is what we do these days.
Get their ass on our app and turn their ass into content.
Yeah, bring their ass on back, my nigga. Yeah.
Need some new celebrity content.
See, this is what's fucked up about this connection. Everybody, when one person don't fuck with a motherfucker, we got somebody in our circle that do. Like they don't fuck with Sir Maker and Sam Beto. Y'all know what they do. See, Wack will reach over there and, hey, look, we got them niggas working on that side. We're going to work this side. You ain't got to talk to him. Level, you fuck with that nigga. I don't fuck with him. And we can light the fire, my nigga. But don't come on this motherfucker like, yeah, when we was here, when y'all was here, y'all had conversations with yourself. Like, that's what y'all did. Y'all act like all the other people that make that app had no voice. These niggas is scary. These bitch ass niggas, they scared of their truth, bro.
Wack, let me say this. The reason
the bully ass niggas, man.
Listen, Wack, the reason why me and L started creating spaces was for that reason. Because motherfuckers couldn't get on stage, bro.
I know that. I heard you talking about that the other day.
That's what we did, bro. So we don't know nothing about who the fuck is like who. We don't know who Sam Beto got beef with. None of that shit. We don't got nothing to do with none of that shit. That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers just got back on the app just because we felt like,
do you think
shit,
that
let's get back on the app. I really don't.
No, I'm gonna tell you why it ain't. Because you know the thing, I could have respected them saying, "Yo, when we came into this shit, this is the things we did to grow our rooms and boom, 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 boom." And nigga, if you been gone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months a year, then you gotta pass the baton and say, "Well, we gotta pass it to Freddie, or pass it to Levels, or Wack, or Ion, or these dudes that been keeping this shit going, and let them tell us what they've been doing to keep it going." Just like that, cool. But don't go to talking about if you been gone, what it been turned into, nigga. Because you
they abandoned their post. They abandoned their post, and some people came in here and did some shit with it. We done did some stuff. Now it's a whole new app, and you coming back and you mad because you don't know where to place yourself. Everybody know if you take 3 days off this app and come back, it take you some time to even catch up to what's going on.
You ain't got no
Imagine being gone for 6 months and coming back. You don't know, you lost in the sauce, and then you coming back like, oh, this app ain't the same. Oh, this ain't like what it used to be. I remember quiet. This is not that.
Ain't nobody dick riding you no more.
Because they ain't been on the app. Conversation I wanted to.
Hey, bro, I used to literally, I went to 21 room one day, right? And him and the nigga Max Really Real, the whole room was them niggas talking about the video game they was playing. And I'm sitting
people
here like,
speak in when other people
selfish
trying
ass
to
shit.
get mad. You get like,
There's just some music playing, and these two niggas talking about the video game. Yeah, you're right. That's some selfish ass shit. Going over in the PI with a young lady lost her family member, had been kidnapped or something in Georgia. We're bringing awareness to that. Bro, but like, you know, we got the Israelite brothers. They having their present debates with the Nation of Islam. We do all kind of shit, bro. Like, end of the day, we do the music rules. We're going to clown, laugh, joke, bullshit. We got to keep it interesting and not boring.
Presidents.
And not boring. These niggas here, some of these niggas, you know why? They like, oh, they exposing niggas. They gonna find out I did this. They gonna find out I did that. They gonna find out I did this weird shit with this kid. They gonna find, so then they run it. They want to say, well, they fucked the app up. Nah, we really make this motherfucker cleaner place. Exactly.
Regular people is the content now. The content creators, they the people that the people come to see. Is us, and we ain't got no million followers over there. We ain't got no none of. We just got realness. We got our original content. We got what we do. We've been saying for 2 years straight. The way y'all see, oh, y'all sit on the app. All y'all do is sit on the app all day. Yes, that's what we've been doing. Sitting on the app all day, keeping these people entertained while they're at work, while they're doing their day-to-day activities every day. We've been giving them content for them to sit down and be productive. How are you mad at us? Because now we're the favorites.
Yo, man, ping mirror ass in there. And then y'all turn off the motherfucking hand raising. That shit weird as fuck. Y'all think it's top, bro. Like, that's weird.
They can't even get the fuck on stage.
You can't even raise your hand. Like, that's the one having them kick y'all.
Yeah. I don't even know that bitch. Get that bitch
in the Freddie room, right? She's a ringleader. She said y'all was trying to cause problems.
Hey, y'all, share the room, y'all.
All right.
Can we all just get a motherfucking long? God damn.
Nah, that's so different.
Well, they have to remove our people from the room, though.
Listen, I'm gonna be real. I've been on my block. decades, right? I ain't hustled over there. I ain't got a job over there. Ain't no way I'm gonna take me and 10 of my homies from my generation and hit that block and go to telling these niggas who done maintained this block, kept this block here. I don't think they heard you at. Yeah, this how it's gonna go. I'm gonna go over there and say, listen, I see y'all got y'all thing going on. This we can bring to the table to make this thing a bigger situation. We're gonna respect y'all space. That's what it was. No, that ain't what that was.
That's whack.
It was not that. That ain't what that was over there.
That's what I said. And he told me it could not happen. I said, bro,
that's exactly right,
Whack. I said, look, bro, can we work with the people that got it or whatever? Like, I'm not even trying to be no one. I just want to work with all y'all. He said, no, because the shit is over because of this thing.
I was over, bro. Hey, bro, be real. When I talk to Clubhouse, I'm gonna be real, bro. The numbers is up. They not down, bro. Niggas downloading this shit and coming to this shit is up.
Black was in the room earlier because these is the, you know what I'm saying? Well, you was there, so you know what I'm talking about. Like, she was saying, like, no, bro, it's not like that. This motherfucker's thriving and it's lit. And it was like, that was their whole, so that was the back and forth.
And he said, we actually, the reason why it's going down, that, the investors are pulling out and all this stuff.
Absolutely. That's what I said. He said, no, for real. He was like, yo.
Hold on, let me ask a question. So, look,
he said, they not fucking with black folks. They don't want to talk about us.
Let me ask a question, please. Look, you heard me say that the churches be creating their own content. Nobody is the trend and topic, right?
You definitely said that, but I feel like people were talking, but you weren't the voice of the whole stage. You know, that was just your one opinion, but the majority up there was saying otherwise.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I'm like, damn.
So, hold on, this is my thing, yo. For that nigga to say they not feeling the black side of the after white people pulling up, was that nigga white turned black or black and turned white? Which one? Because as far as I know, he been a nigga. That nigga a house nigga. Or what? Been a nigga. From that house. Man, this is how I go, bro. But y'all gotta remember this. Bro been running around saying that same shit for the last year. Ever since he got that deal with that satellite radio show, bro been running around saying the same shit.
All right. I
didn't know y'all gotta expect that all that nigga gonna say.
Is
that we fucked up half the niggas fucked up half over the dark side and this side. Niggas mad because they had their side and niggas said, all right, well, fuck y'all, we're gonna go to our own thing.
Here.
That was the main thing I kept asking the brother. I said, look, you can't, because me and him ain't never been cool. So I was just having a conversation. He was like, yo. I was like, man, you don't think that everybody could get together and kind of get like a kind of have a covenant and how to, he was like, no. He said it. So that's why Wolf and the other people was like, nah, bro, you can't just say that. It's other parts and other ecosystems that keep it going. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like, that's why I was like, damn, so we don't got no hope, I guess. You know,
but in defense of music, because I got to be honest about it.
No, I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that's
what. He did say that he enjoyed listening to their time. He said
he
did say that, bro. So I just got to be honest about it. Because I don't know how this turned into a division.
Yeah, I don't think it's really, I don't feel like
the gatekeeping is what caused the division. Y'all have motherfuckers stopping people from getting on the stage. That shit was weird as fuck. That's what happened. That's the weird.
And not just that though, them niggas was doing weird ass shit. You know, the motherfucking rooms, taking over smaller creative rooms and shit. These motherfuckers weird as fuck. Y'all niggas ain't been on here for a year now. I don't want to get on here talking shit.
What about that shit? They was people in here. All the heavy hitters in here. Somebody on the motherfucking stage that used to try to gatekeep who get on their stages and y'all be up there talking to y'all.
Or a celebrity didn't come in the room.
Wait, what you say, Levels?
I said it felt like it felt like season 1 when y'all was all the celebrities be on stage talking to y'all.
They know y'all, Levels.
You was one of them.
No.
But that said what?
I'm finna But I created a space where everybody can get on stage. That's where Street come from, baby.
Okay.
You gotta know about me for real, Levels. Don't just throw my
name. That's why we got one. But listen, they got 100.
Don't make me no content.
I'm not making you no content, G. You was on every stage season 1.
I work with everybody.
Exactly. But I'm referring to the camera so they can show let her up, bro. Exactly. I'm referring to you up. I know this.
Don't do that.
Listen, this
I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's just me being perfectly honest. I think maybe initially was that, but a lot of people started to see Drizzy for poetic value.
No, niggas fuck with Drizzy. She's talented, she's intelligent, and she ain't bullshit. She ain't bullshit in the small room. And the niggas stop acting like niggas weren't having their discourse packing motherfuckers out back then, bro.
No, they was.
I don't know. They keep telling me that the most serious one is when I got on that nigga. What's that nigga ass that wouldn't let me up? What's that weird ass nigga wouldn't let me up? Yeah, I didn't know. I'm just being me, right? And then after that, I bring the 6ix9ine nigga in there, and 21 come in there. But everybody on here is starstruck. 21 just 21 to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle the nigga like I'm supposed to. I came in and respect. We got disrespectful. I got disrespectful, and I think everybody seen how that went. And then it was like, hold on. And then that shit went viral. And guess what? Niggas like me start coming up with his ass.
When I came on the app, that's what it was about.
So, I got a question. So you think that and I'm not trying to pitch you against the brother, I'm just saying what you're saying is a different point of view. Is his take on the app being divested from blacks because of the content that they do, is that false, you think?
Yo, first of all, let's keep it real. This app, day one it was built, right? They direction, they didn't really have one. Ain't no advertising was back then, ain't no advertising now, right? Them niggas, what they was doing was coming up ways to milk the people where they was only involved with the plays, right? And what I did, I came on this motherfucker here, mingle with the people, and said, listen, it's more y'all than them.
Well, according to the repair guy,
start cracking your own shit. I'm gonna take my ass and I'm gonna run through y'all areas. We're gonna bring this traffic. I help y'all build y'all shit. Y'all help me do my shit. And let's go. And it got bigger and bigger. And Sleepers got bigger. Chris Shaw started going. Freddie started going. Darkside hit over there. Trenches hit over there. And shit started going there now. Right? When they don't want to let a nigga up, but they got something to say, you know what a nigga do? A nigga go right to his room and flame his and then come back. Hey, homies, they talking about you over there. Them niggas were scared to come face that fire. So you know what they did? Man, fuck that shit. I'm running. They left. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the new dynamics of it. It's like it's going from flag football to tackle football.
Yeah, they want to get hit.
Niggas didn't want to get hit. I'm still here, nigga. I'm still here. Everybody gonna take their hits, nigga. Everybody gonna get put in their hot seat. Everybody on this motherfucker. If you one of them boys, you one of them motherfuckers, you gonna get put in the hot seat. And your people is gonna judge you and respect you based on how they see you handle. Straight up.
One thing you gotta remember too is the app made everybody equal. Cause it don't matter how much money you got.
No, the way we do it made everybody equal. They was trying to say, keep them niggas down there. Yeah. We control them. Keep the ghetto ones down there.
Yeah. But wait, you gotta remember, I come from the room that started all that shit. Me and Drizzy hosting the game, we the ones that did that.
Oh yeah.
But no, let's put it in perspective. This is what happened. Let's tell the truth. He left. Black had a bigger platform. And when he did it, he didn't leave. And that's why it worked like that. Because he left. I left. I got the fuck out of it. You know what I'm saying? We just think the same thing. Like, bro, they have a stage, nigga be sitting up there.
Why you leave, Al? You think you was being silent?
Did you leave or did you get clipped?
That's why we left.
They was clipping his ass.
Listen, hold on. Let Drizzy talk real quick. They did kept clipping L, but who don't get clipped a million times? Like, motherfucker just make a new page and come back. That's not.
You ain't get clipped.
That's what's
happening. Like that.
I ain't been clipped. Yeah.
That's not how that happens, Dre.
Hold on, L. Let me get on to it. Let me finish. Let me land my plane. If I do, I'm just gonna come back. My voice is stronger than my numbers. Now, we left because the motherfucking pandemic was over and motherfuckers got back to their real life. Y'all gotta remember too, motherfuckers was on a whole break because it was the pandemic, so it was just the perfect storm at that time. I know for me,
And so yeah, I've been writing on the show, so I ain't had time to be on this motherfucker like I was before. And then when I am on here, most time I'm just listening to y'all because I be doing other shit on the other side. That was whack. That's the truth.
Let's be real, they not clipping that ass.
No, but look, let's keep showing clipping that ass.
I love you, honey.
$1 what really happened. Really, what was at the same time is whack. A lot of people don't know that.
Y'all just think we hood boogers, so y'all don't want us around us.
No.
You gotta stop being fucking
The sister, remember, me and Meezy wasn't cool. We had real beef, like that was translated to all other shit. He did a room.
First time Meezy and L ever spoke to each other, right? Because L was so anti-industry that him and Meezy did not get along.
Like this is what we trying to tell Wack is that Meezy had a room called Jay-Z Appreciation Day or something. And I had a room called Dame Dash Appreciation. And it was like kind of squaring off. And then we said, fuck it, we're going to do Wack 100 Appreciation. So at that time, everybody who wasn't in that damn industry room was in the Wack room. I got the screenshot to this thing, and it was Dame Dash too. So I think that a lot of people in the industry was kind of seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, why people can't get on stage and stuff. I think Meezy did make some valid points about, I could see why he would feel that way. He said he didn't want to let a lot of people on stage and stuff like that. I feel like that silenced people. But do y'all feel like at this point he just kind of like salty because a different demographic has taken over the app?
What do you mean by a different demographic, though, bro?
No, I'm saying that's just what he's saying. He's saying,
listen, nigga, let's get one thing straight. Nigga, you got an artist and talk about bitches and killing like my artist. Fuck all that bougie shit you come on here talking about, my nigga. Your light comes from 21, nigga. Like I'ma say, my light came from when I started managing game. That's what my real industry like. Niggas didn't know I did the Ray J project. They didn't know that. The Death Row shit was some gangster shit, right? I wasn't doing music, right? So your light comes from 21. Nigga, that ain't Justin Bieber. So don't come on this motherfucker, bro. Like your shit don't stink. Like you better than motherfuckers. Like you represent something, bro. That ain't the same motherfucking thing you represent, no? The difference between Wack 100s and the Meezys, Wack 100 got 20 green houses. He trying to keep throwing the ball to the people. He keep trying to keep this shit growing in motherfucking Black America. These other motherfuckers, Meezy motherfuckers, I don't undermine them. They not. Nigga, like I'm saying, here you run out with everybody owning their own shit. Everybody
and we put the Freon in. It was in my gut. Someone said, "You just put Freon in again." Get that? Probably something else wrong.
No, you do. I mean, anytime you have to add Freon, it's because you got to find it, not 22 weeks.
You put the dye in it.
Really, that nigga Wack, he touched base on everybody. He don't think he's bigger than nobody, bro. If you in here producing content, you got a platform, Wack pulling the fuck up, man.
Identify the problem.
All the other niggas, they be acting like they be scared to tap into the people when the people is your audience, bro. Wack interact. Anybody can come on these stages and talk to anybody, bro.
No.
What who? Hell no. Who? That nigga don't be around. He don't make room. He come back here, he be in the group. He be in the group. Look, I gotta remember though. What a nigga gonna tell you when he want it all for himself? Man, this shit wet. Ain't nobody on this shit. And you can't do this shit. And you can't do this shit by yourself. No. Hold on. Think about it. Why is he telling niggas that this shit ain't it, but he back on this motherfucker? Exactly. He ain't never leave this motherfucker.
He said that he enjoys the content making now.
So what the fuck is the problem?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand this.
There is a problem. No. The problem is that but then what I don't get y'all what ain't gonna happen. This what ain't gonna happen. Because one thing about me, I'm the king infiltrator. What's not gonna happen is this. You ain't coming on these stages to get familiar with our people. Do your own comeback up, nigga. So nah, I ain't interested in no collab, none of that. Go on over there, build your own shit. Ain't no pop up here. We big shout you out and overnight, nigga. You on. Nah, nigga, do your own shit. Like you don't wanna help people get on. Go do your own shit.
The definition of gatekeeping is exactly that, right? They're saying that, oh, yeah, I come to your room and I listen. I like the drama. I like to come in and sit. Well, if you're in the know and you're rubbing elbows with the people who run this, that's turning around and saying, okay, they may not know us, and they're saying, oh, these people are bringing down the app, or these people are bringing ghetto content, or bringing whatever type of vocabulary you want to use to say black people without saying it, right? And you're in the room and you're hearing them say that, and you're not one of the people, the black people that can speak for us and say, well, listen, I've been in those rooms and I've listened to what they've done. I've listened to the type of content they create, and I can say that if you give them a chance, they might can bring something to the table that you might want to pay attention to them, just the same way Freddie did to Wack. And said, listen, you might want to, Wack came in and say, you know what, let me see what they about. I hear so much about them. Let me see what's going on. You're not doing that. That's the same thing as basically not promoting us. It's the same thing. Yeah, you're putting your people down. You're gatekeeping because you know that if you give them the spotlight on us, we're taking off. You know that. Honestly, so it's better. Yes, it's better for you to let them think that we're negative and all we bring is drama and mess. And Gigi, like I said earlier, y'all don't come to our rooms every day. Y'all don't come sit with us every day. Y'all might come in when y'all see 1,000 people in the room, but y'all don't come in when it's only 500. Y'all don't come in when it's only 200. We have a steady room of 200 people. Well, I don't see you on our side. Gigi was in the room the other night.
Listen, one thing.
I don't see it, but I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I'm using her as an example. Stop being so sensitive. Are we having a discussion or are we pointing fingers at each other? None of us, at the end of the day, none of us have control. So us pointing fingers at each other and attacking each other and blaming each other, guess what? We're still not in the room. We're just outside of the club pointing at each other, fighting about who is the reason why we can't get in the club. None of us can't get in. They don't want none of us there. So the point is now whoever's in there should be the spokesperson for us, saying that, listen, you need to get these people in the room. These are the people that's cultivating content. It's not just mess. Investors, you need to have a second opinion, and that's what you need to do. That's what I would think as a black mover and shaker and a powerful person who's in position to now put all these other people on. That's what you should be doing. That's what I would respect you for. I don't respect you to come and say you sit in our room, but you don't tell nobody about it. I don't give a fuck. You got thousands of people come sit in here.
Or for the nigga to say that the app just went down. Like the app went down that we took over. That's like bashing your people. That's supposed to be bringing your people up. This nigga Wack 100 went on motherfucking No Jumper and shouted us the fuck out. Shouted the motherfucking trenches out, bro. That's some real shit, bro. That shit got over $500,000. That's what the $10,000 shout out. That's what you're supposed to do. That nigga that's trying to lift up the community and bring his people up instead of bashing us and keeping us outside the club, bro. I don't respect Meezy for even saying no bullshit like that.
It's so crazy how a nigga that was like on this app and gatekeeping the fuck out they stages been going all this time sitting in a fucking group, get on all these motherfucking stages and tell us what the app is and what the app ain't and all this negative ass shit. That shit is so fucking weird though, like. That shit is very strange, and then we supposed to get this nigga the undue respect because he managed 21. Get the fuck out of here. Niggas ain't just getting on their knees and bowing down and niggas because they managers of these motherfucking artists. Niggas don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
But see, honey, that mindset came from us again creating our own platforms and becoming our own influencers and our own celebrities. The celebrities don't come and do anything for us anymore because we're
but they get on here and tell us what the fuck we ain't.
Now that you managed
wait. I gotta say something to Honey. Now watch this. He used you for example in the room. It was like 13 people. He say Honey makes great rooms. When Honey's just doing stuff, about movies and stuff like that, nobody pays attention. He said when she is cursing somebody out, the whole app is in there. So he said it's impossible to call people that get that stuff, are they creating content because they're arguing? I enjoy it.
Man, Meezy talk shit about me every other day. You don't know whether he like me.
Ain't nobody want to watch the Animal Planet. Ain't nobody want to watch the Animal Planet.
Nah. He be on a lot of stages. He be in Freddie room. He be all over the app. He talk shit about me one day. Then the next day he give me my props, man. Shit gotta be consistent, man. Y'all gotta be consistent whether y'all hating. Is y'all hating us or y'all fucking with us? It's like y'all be on like, if you hating or you with us? Like I be confused with y'all niggas.
Let's be real, season one of the app was about the fake A&R, so let's be real. That was right. Play.
Or the nigga that swore they had more motion than they come on Clubhouse.
You know how that was.
They come on Clubhouse and pretend they celebrity, this and that. They only in their motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? We took the celebrities from the celebrities, bro.
Even with that shit, if the investors is pulling out, they don't know good business. Because at the end of the day, you should want your business to thrive. And if you try to bring your business in this direction and it ain't going in that way, you try to make it a crypto app, and unfortunately, crypto done died out, and nobody cares about crypto no more, and the app has now developed into something else, you should be investing in the development. You shouldn't be sitting down like, oh my God, I'm bleeding out money, losing it. No, change your investment. If it's not crypto that this
Uninterrupted me. That was really weird.
Oh my God.
I don't even know. Let me get in the queue. Let's focus. Let me get in the queue after him. I feel like that's kind of weird that I wasn't saying nothing but defending myself.
Hustle. If I told you I'm protecting you and you don't have to defend yourself, then you don't have to do that. You could just say what you have to say, and you keep choosing to defend yourself. Then where are we?
Look, man,
now you want to finish?
I would love to.
Okay. Are you going to really finish? If somebody interrupts you, are you going to lose your shit again?
I didn't lose my shit, baby.
Okay, then finish. Go for it.
Man. Come on. So you got a woman protecting you. Yeah, I got a woman protecting me now. Man. Thank you. I needed that. Thank you. I genuinely did for the sake of you. My point being that there are ads that are trying to figure out, or there are brands that are trying to figure out how to get on here. So there's certain people on here that have figured that out, and it's turning out to be lucrative in their like other endeavors. So what I've suggested to certain people, and we're about to start doing, I guess, our houses or whatever on here. But instead of doing room resets, there are a lot of brands that would love to work with you on because of how many people you have in your room. So say every 15 minutes you didn't do a room reset, you did use this discount code, and that discount code became the PTR for everybody that has a bed in your room. So the people that follow the room, or if they're in tune with your room and they're becoming cult followers of whatever your brand is or whatever it is that you talk about on a daily basis, now you're able to work with these brands in a way where they're starting to see their growth in their meetings and say, okay, this Clubhouse thing is a real thing, as opposed to having to go in and be like, well, what's Clubhouse looking like? Well, it's still kind of looking divisive. People kind of just get on there, and people that are friends one day aren't friends the next, this, that, and the third. But then there are people, and I didn't want to say it, but you got motherfuckers like Amizi on here. You got motherfuckers like even a fucking Mikey on here that
30 seconds.
Or Johnny Smalls or whoever, that are now figuring out how to take what they're able to do on here and go to the brands that were fucking with them and trying to work with them on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. They're looking for ways to get on here. It just has to make sense to them. You just got to tell them what to do. So if you got these people, it's all good.
We appreciate you. We really do. Not too much on wait. Not a damn thing on me. Let me tell you something. You politely got that. No, nobody's playing with you. I asked you not to do this. You don't have to defend yourself. First of all, I'm the she. And I didn't just get back here. No, I'm the one playing the sounds. I'm the one talking to you. I'm the one protecting you. I'm the one entertaining. I'm doing all the work. And I made one request to you. Don't rev the fuck up again. And you did it again. It hurts my feelings. I gave you all the space, and you actually dropped very valuable information. And then you got a 30-second warning because people were starting to lose. And then you got clapped up. It wasn't disrespectful. It was polite. It was to move it along, just like this. And it means no harm. It just means give someone else some space now. You had your turn.
Every time that I hear, I come in the rooms and I hear, Clubhouse is a dying platform, it's this, it's that, and I hear people complaining. I always be like, how? I agree with Portia. 1,000,000% when she was talking about community building, and that's what I do. Like I got my own community, and I've been on this app. I had an account since December 2020, but I never used it until I really opened up a room last year, October. And for a year straight, I've been opening up rooms every single night. Everybody that know, I've been opening up the rap room every night at 11 p.m. Numbers been consistent, 300 to 500 people in my room every single night. And I'm cool with that. My club been growing. I learned to monetize from it. And but so people always complain about, you know, the drama shit that goes on. I think people are trying to look for the people that create drama, the content creators that they like to create some content that they just can't create. Moving around the app, it's clubs like Preservation of the Human Race, over 60,000 members. Had a dope room yesterday. My bro Disco Dave, 400-500 people in there. I mean, certain people, how you complaining and you ain't moving around? Certain people just wasn't in that room. And at the same time, we ain't begging nobody to come to our room either. We ain't asking nobody. We don't ping niggas. We just open up our room and we do us and we do our numbers. And I just think like why people always complaining, and it's not our job to bring people to this app to make Clubhouse to get more money. It's not. But if you complaining about it, then it is your job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, but I ain't complaining about. Yeah. Exactly, Portia. I said I'm 100% in agreement with you. Everything you said. I'm like, yeah, real shit. Just do your own thing. Build your own community, as I have, as the Preservation of the Human Race has, as somebody like Ion has, and just keep building. Like that's what I do. That's what I did, and that's my own 2 cents.
And shameless plug, Hocus' rooms are fun as fuck. If you've never sat in a Hocus room, you are missing out.
Source matching software $100,000 to the person identified to kill it.
Quote from us or whatever.
All right, thank you for that.
You're gonna write that out.
You're talking about.
So I just need the 50 for the.
Are you telling me that
No, they took care of that.
metrics are solid here on the app?
One time.
Okay. Well, we do it
Yeah,
here.
so I mean, I never
Um,
say that. They don't.
So yeah,
no,
just
I
let
didn't
me
say
know
you
what
did. I'm
they
asking.
want.
Oh yeah, no.
If they want to get a quote from us, or if they got their own people that they use.
I thought you were that people.
Retention would be the strategy. Are they not interested in retaining?
That's who called you.
The houses.
They called you the first time.
They're trying to scale.
I don't
And
know
then-
the opposite, so I have no idea.
Oh yeah, so that's who called you. It just so happened that I saw you that day. Right, but I didn't call you. I was waiting for them to find someone, and they found you. Yeah, and so that's how that was.
So we'll
It's in
work
the priority metrics right now. I just
I just want the estimate today so that I can do my due diligence, because again, I'm kind of irritated, but I want to just get rid of the
secondary
problem,
metrics as
but
soon
I
as they
done
get
had
to
it
where they need to be.
again.
Got it.
See,
Even my TV's tired.
Yeah, we're gonna do all you know.
They're trying to get their valuation back up. They're still in
Oh, that's your cell
rounds of
phone.
funding.
y'all do know that any company that you deal with, any company that you're part of, any grocery store you shop at, any mall, whatever you touch, your banks, anything, you can look at their financial statements. I mean, it's literally open to the public. It shows you. So I've seen it. So there's right now, I mean, y'all can be consumers and complain from a consumer point of view. But if I owned a business and I'm an investor and I also own Clubhouse, I'm not really focused on y'all arguing about this, who keep the lights on. That's not my concern. I would probably pander a little bit, but the biggest concern is how can I get growth? How can I to get my money back? Right now, that is the focus. And it has been explicitly told to me that the features that y'all are looking for, it can only happen when we get new people on the app. And that's that on that.
It sounds like they hired too many people too soon. I mean, it's a relatively young company, and to, get so much overhead and not knowing if you have a sustainability model for the long term. I mean, I don't care about their priorities or their valuation, but they may have just made some bad decisions on the front end. They probably shouldn't have hired as many people.
That's why they let them go. Y'all remember it was a big layoff. Do y'all remember that? It's like a big thing where some people left or was laid off or let go.
Plus, they made a huge investment just to get the domain because someone else was using it.
They just weren't making a lot of sound.
Yeah, I don't. Caleb's made a good point. I don't see why Clubhouse. Nah, I ain't gonna mention fucking paying creators because y'all ain't gonna beat me up. Fuck that.
You know how when we're in the studio, right, and somebody makes a. I'm sorry?
Hold on. Let her talk. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know how we'll be in the studio and somebody, like, remember that night that you'll remember such and such said they got robbed outside, and we started asking a bunch of questions, right? And by the end of everybody asking their questions in a different way and charging in a different way, we got down to the root of the true story. Remember that? Okay, and then we roasted that nigga together. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I liken that to what happens here, but the difference is there's no like camaraderie in it. Like there's no, like, you know, all of us were from different sides of that lens. Some of us were close with him. Some of us didn't know him. But in a moment, we were talking about a topic, and we all like gave the space for each of us to ask, to understand what was happening. That space isn't given here. And then you have people who run off and tell lies, like literal lies, because I didn't say fuck that room. Somebody came in and said they were uncomfortable about how some of us in there were being talked about. And I said, how does it feel in here? And she says, I feel good. I said, then let's just focus on that. Like when people go and try to make, oh, I want to see a crash out. Oh, I want to see a bang. Oh, I want to see a pack up. It just feels unnecessary shit because before that moment, before whatever happened to Levels, for one, there were too many mods. We're never going to know who did what. Nobody's going to say that they did it like you did. When you said, I'm going to boom the room and then you boom the room, I respect that. But
hey, let me say this. When he boomed the room, back as well, we don't give a fuck. A room is a room. Shit, if they disrespected somebody, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's like this, right? You saying like we don't have spaces where people can come speak their piece, and it's just we got religious spaces, we got game room spaces.
No, I'm not. You know, I think you're taking me literal like room. I'm saying like if we're in conversation with each other, or like that moment, like there was everybody, all the corners of Clubhouse were on one room and one stage. Let's say
that's what we wanted to do.
So
that's why I went and got ready.
I wasn't there. And so here's the thing, Level. I mean, L. Can you attest to this? We already united. We don't need y'all to do it. Nobody's saying.
Well, no, honey, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't no disrespect. I just was having a general room. Everybody was coming in. I wasn't really necessarily trying to unite nobody. Levels is cool. Wack already know. That's why I went and got Freddie. I'm like, damn, what's Freddie all up? Like at that point, then, like I said, at that point, they say, oh, they blocked or something. So I'm like, damn. So I'm not familiar with them not being able to get on stage, all that sort of stuff. So they like, let's put everybody down. Then,
and not only that, L.
At that point, it was 50 mods. I don't know how the niggas modded, and so people started doing wacky shit. So I get. You know, I get it.
But here, I'm going to be real.
And here, wait, one last thing, Wack, before you be real about it. L, when we started the room and there was like 20 people in there, didn't you tell me specifically, you were like, I want every single opinion, any person who comes in the room can share their opinion. I want to hear it.
Yeah, it wasn't even about me being a litmus test. I was just having a conversation.
Exactly.
I want to ask the questions. Look.
So I'm not speaking to a kumbaya. I'm just speaking to a moment to do that.
He said straight up that Wack runs the app. He said Wack carried this bitch on his back. He said that verbatim. I think that ultimately, I think threw everybody for a loop is him saying this, the app ain't shit because we can't monetize because the blacks that kind of ran the content of the rooms with the docs and all that have ran investors away. Wolf had a great exchange with him saying, no, brother, it ain't really like that. Like tripping, it's all type. So that was about. I think that kind of did throw a lot of the people that been on here for a loop. Like, hold on, bro, like what are you saying it's dead? He said, yeah, it's dead. He said it plain like that. He said, bro, I enjoy this shit, but they don't have a reason to pay y'all. This is what the brother said.
Here goes the thing, though. Wait, here goes the thing. This nigga, and I hate a boot-looking nigga, this nigga act like they was paying him before he left. Act like they took him away.
Yeah, he was an icon.
Listen, man. All that double talk, fast talk shit do not work with me, bro. I know they like to come in here
and talk all that big talk, industry talk. See, I talk that talk, I talk this gutter talk, and I talk all the shit in between. Nigga, you act like we was getting paid. They had ads going through the greenhouse room, and since we left, they stopped everything. What y'all doing? Nigga, no. All today is this. Stop. We run this shit. Period. And y'all dictate the flow of the conversation. Nigga, you niggas is catching up. Y'all gotta catch up. It's already where it's at. And I'm gonna let them know. If you come in here, right, come in here humbly. Because if you don't, we're gonna service you with the new games we play.
Ask a question.
Yeah, but I mean, they said, my man, they said you talking crazy.
I don't know who said it, but whoever said it, you want to ask me directly what I said or tell me what I allegedly said? Because that's the other weak shit. That's the other weak shit. Like, and honey, didn't we handle some shit together yesterday? It can be done, guys. It can be done.
Yeah, when you call my friend a roach.
Don't bring it back.
Like, tell her Yeah, I was very upset about that.
I know, it's so fresh.
That's my homegirl. I was trolling. She thought I was trolling. When she calmed down and thought about it, she knew I was trolling.
Okay, so
you
we
could have battery in here, knew that.
Room, motherfucker, room.
Yeah, you put that battery in on that. That's why you got that double team back.
Don't lie, Whack. Don't lie, Whack. You knew exactly what you was doing.
I don't know Olivia. Like, I don't know. You said Olivia, something happened with Olivia and some other shit.
Shit went left. Let's move on.
And then it went back right, and we good.
Was there something? I forgot what you said.
But not you acting like you old now. You don't remember.
You was on the phone, remember? You said her weave ain't never on point.
I ain't saying shit about her weave. Whack, you ain't shit, but I love you. I'll see y'all later. The reality is, people love watching a car crash. It's like driving down the road and you see, like, no one ever wants to see the car actually crash into the barricade, right? But when it's there and it's already happening and you're driving past and the shit is burning on fire, you're like, oh, shit, that was crazy. And that's literally what drama TV is. That's what ratchet TV is. That's what the content we create is. I mean, people like to see a car crash. It's like the thing that it's like a guilty pleasure, right? No one wants to say out loud that they love this ratchet shit, but they do. Like, some of us are just truthful to ourselves. We know what we like and we know what we enjoy. Other people are not yet ready to admit that they like this good shit. They want to pretend that they're not a part of what they are. I think some people like to leave the hood and pretend they would never.
Oh, hey, Elaine. You know what? I had called you earlier because I was trying to see what the heck was going on with Vontae, but I called him. He called me back because I called him and then I called you to see. But he called me back and he wasn't back on Clubhouse today. Said he was coming back anyways, apparently.